I'm Tim Burns.
And I'm Chie Burns.
I'm Mitski Burns.
And then
And I can disappear.
We are church planners with the Japanese Evangelical Missionary Society.
All that's made it to this place is your window-tinted sunshine face, and the rubber tubes and the rusty plates on your brother's stolen bike.
I went to the States 14 years ago as a college student, and God saved me there. And I wasn't planning on coming back to Japan, but then I really felt that God wanted me to be back. Fourth year of my college, I met Tim, who also wanted to go to Japan. When we got married, we felt like that was God's call because both of us wanted to go. I do love that people in Japan have a heart for appreciation for art and beauty in nature.
I love living in Japan. I love the culture. I love the people. I really do appreciate the kindness and quietness and gentleness of the Japanese people. You know, everyone is really eager to make sure I understand their culture, and they kind of invite me to be a part of it.
And I do love seafood here. So fresh. I love it.
Japan is a very comfortable country. It's a great place to live. And so a lot of people ask me, why does Japan even need missionaries? Yeah, it's true, Japan has a good economy. Japan has a comfortable lifestyle, but what they don't have is the gospel. They need missionaries because the light of Christ is not here. Jesus Christ isn't worshipped here. The Bible isn't preached here. The gospel isn't proclaimed here. And so that's why we're here. My first trip to Japan, I was really, really impressed just by the need for the gospel in this country. We are going into church planting because we have a strong conviction that the church is God's primary tool for proclaiming the gospel to the lost. The main place where people hear the good news of Jesus Christ is through the church.
The gospel itself is, to save us by His grace only. And so the concept of grace is really hard to accept for Japanese people. Really difficult to just receive. They want to give it back. They want to return a favor. And so that's the culture itself. That's how this country has been built.
There's just so much resistance to the gospel message embedded in the Japanese culture. They really feel like they've got their own thing going and it's been going fine for 3,000 years. So they don't really need something new from the West. There's a lot of societal pressure on Japanese people to be Japanese. And to be a Christian is not Japanese. Most people in this country have never heard the gospel. They'll be born, live, and die having never heard the gospel. The only place they ever would have heard Jesus' name is taken in vain in American movies. They have no Christian friends, just no contact with the gospel at all. And so that's just a huge obstacle in itself. How do you get people just to hear, just to listen? This is the third largest city in Japan, and if the gospel can take hold here, then it's going to impact not just this part of Japan, but the entire country. There are so many places in Japan with no church. There's so many cities, so many villages with not even one church. And if we can do something, if we can work to see churches built in places where they haven't been built, proclaiming the gospel in places where the gospel is not being proclaimed, That's what we want to do.